Welcome, welcome
Thank you.
to the wonderful world of real estate. Yeah.
Yes.
I am the host, Janice T. That's my podcast name.
I love that.
Did you love
I
it?
love
I
that. I
just had to
do.
change it.
Yes.
Let's change it up a little bit. So, my wonderful guest today is Marcella Maltese.
Maltese. Yes.
Maltese
Yes, that's me.
owner
Yes, I am.
of First
Very
Priority
proud
Title. And you
to say
should
that.
be.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It was very many years, but
Yeah. You've
it's
been on a journey, haven't you?
yes, I have since
Yeah.
18.
You were
18.
you were
Yeah.
18 when you started
When
this
I
journey.
decided to get into the title insurance world. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And
Yeah.
and what did that journey look like?
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're coming right out of high school and you get a job that you think, you couldn't get, right?
Right.
Something that you
Did
know,
you go to
anything that
college?
I did. I did.
Okay. You did go to
So the
college.
journey of that went with Title Source, which is where I started. They helped me through that journey. So yeah, it was
Oh,
good. I went through
wow.
all those years with lots of coworkers and I've made very many friendships through that, and I still am friends with them to this day.
Yeah.
We still collaborate, we still talk to each other and talk about title because they're still in the business.
I
So yeah,
know.
it's kind of a business you don't want to leave after you get in it.
If it's in your
Yeah,
blood, it's in your blood, isn't
yeah,
it? You
yeah,
just stay in it. And in
yeah.
fact, I think you just metamorphose. If you get tired of what you did, like I was
Yeah.
a realtor, a loan officer, now I'm a closer. I've never owned a title company. So I love that you're here so you can give me some little insight, you know, and you just told me another title company.
Well, it's in the works, so we'll see. I mean, I'm going through the motions right now.
Okay.
It's not
Etched in
quick.
stone
You
yet?
can't snap your fingers and it's open.
Yeah.
So we're working with a few
Yeah.
partnerships. Yeah. So yeah.
Wow. That's
So we're
amazing.
open for partnerships. I mean, I feel like that's the way it's going right now in our industry. So if anyone's interested,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Good
Yeah.
to know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We shall talk.
Yeah.
We shall talk.
hmm
Okay. Well, I know title. I always like to use the word high on a high level, which to me means compact. I don't know everything that you do. What exactly does a title company do? What is,
Well, I always say we protect your home. That's what it's a one-time fee that someone pays to protect the longevity of their home, like the ownership that they're going to have.
right,
Because there are like defects in a title in your property title,
right,
and people just don't know because it comes out of nowhere.
right,
So if you don't search your property, you never know. You
right.
never know what's going to come up. And so I feel that people don't think it's important, but I strongly disagree
Yes.
because, if you have had any construction done on your home or homeowners associations, those are big ones
Yeah.
that could put liens on your title and you just don't know that
Right.
that's happening.
Yeah.
They can inform you of it, but you don't know the magnitude of it once or until you sell your home.
Right, right.
Yeah. So
Or refinance too, right?
or refinance.
Yeah,
Yep.
because
Yes.
you do a title
hmm
search when you refinance.
Yeah.
Um, well, the other thing I was thinking, well, how long have we known each other? I mean, it's been a minute, huh?
Yeah.
Years, right? You look
Yeah.
the same though.
No.
You look pretty.
Well, I appreciate that.
You
Thank
do.
you.
You,
I don't know if I feel the same
yeah,
when I
well,
get up
you
in the
do.
morning, but
Um,
I always like to feel young.
yeah, me
Like
too.
yeah.
We just stay at 35, right?
Yeah,
We're just
that's the golden
holding.
number.
Yeah,
That's what I
that's the
say.
golden number. So as a title company, I have the privilege of doing closings for you. You
Yes.
actually hire
Yes.
me to do your closings.
Yes, and I appreciate
Yeah.
that you are in my realm of people that I can lean on
Yeah.
because I know that it's going to get done right and my clients will be happy at the end.
Yeah,
So,
and isn't that the end goal
yes,
is a happy client, right?
yes, yeah.
So you know how I work. Actually, there was a little training going on between the two of us, right? Talk to me a little bit about that
Yes.
and refresh my memory. I know that sounds terrible, but because I've done so much
Hmm.
throughout the years, I can't isolate
I,
each training for
well,
each person. I
well,
know we did training together and I trained.
we did. I was in a classroom with you. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's ultimately what started my entrepreneurship of title insurance is when I met you.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
right
you're
down here in
here.
Romeo. We were
Oh
here in Romeo,
my
yes,
gosh.
and we met together. And then you just inspired me to be like a closer. Go to the table, see how it goes, because I was always in production, right? I was
Yeah.
always processing or auditing the file, doing everything in the front end. I never saw it at the end, right? At the table. And so you inspired me to do that.
Oh.
Um, the nerves I had
Yeah.
for our very first closing.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was or who I closed, but I hope I did a very good job for them because it was very it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I went through your classes,
Yeah.
which I highly recommend, and I do promote that
Thank
because
you.
it
You're a sponsor, actually. You
yes,
sponsor the
I do
class,
sponsor the
which I
classes
want to
because
thank you for
it was a
that.
pivotal,
You
like they say,
you
it's
and James.
a moment of your life that
Yeah.
changed for me, and so
Oh.
and it got me into more of a role in an ownership role because I was able to see it at the finish line, and I said I could do this. I could do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mouth is dropping because
Hmm.
honestly, I didn't know that. Like
Yes.
I
Hmm.
did not know that that is the effect that I had on
Oh,
it.
I think you have that effect on a lot of people.
Oh,
I
there's
just don't
those.
know if you don't know that, but yes,
Oh.
100% you do.
Okay,
Mhm.
well, keep it together, Janice
Yeah,
T.
yeah, yes, yes.
Let's keep it together. So, what do you find is the most challenging? So, when I'm not doing your closing, but
Mhm.
let's say you have to hire someone out of state and you don't know them. You're a little nervous because it's your
Yes,
client, right? And you don't know what you're going to get.
right.
And most of the time they're okay, right? Everything comes out fine.
Yeah.
But what do you find is your biggest challenge maybe after you get the paperwork back or uh yeah,
So prior to using your company,
okay.
the communication was the challenge.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if, and I always say in our response, once they accept the closing, is to communicate with us. Here's my number, here's my email, call me. I don't care what time it is.
Right.
Call me if you have questions at the table. Don't leave the table with unsigned docs.
Right.
Don't leave the table without information that is very important and crucial for us
Yes.
to complete the file.
Yeah.
And so that was my biggest complaint, I guess you'd say, or is communication and just, giving calling,
Yeah.
whenever you needed us. But now that we have, signature ink and
Yeah.
on our
And
side,
and also I will give a little plug for
oh yes,
signature
signature closers.
closers. Yeah.
The communication's there,
Yeah,
and
that's really
and
great.
we get our scans back really quick. We get, what
Yes.
I mean. So
It's
we
it is.
don't have any. There's no stall moments. Like there's
Yes.
nothing that's stalling us from
That's
completing the
beautiful.
file and going to the next step.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, because ultimately that's what we want to do is
Right.
disperse the file so everyone, you
Yeah.
know, has their funds at the end.
I
Yep.
think part of the challenge for us, and Darren was here, who does
Mhm.
your closings
Yes.
too, is a
Yes.
student.
Love Darren.
Yes, we love Darren. Shout out to our Darren,
Yes.
who actually is going to be training with me in the September classes that are coming up.
Oh,
So,
yes. Wonderful.
and I'd like to invite you too to just maybe make a cameo appearance. We can talk about that. I know I
Yes.
got you on the spot right now,
Yeah.
but
I will definitely come
yeah,
because I
just
can be your
yeah.
testimonial. I would love to be that
Yeah,
because
yeah. If you want
I,
to just even talk a little
mhm.
bit in detail about a little more title than I know,
Yeah,
that
for
would
sure.
be
Mhm.
great. But one of the challenges, and this actually happened with your company this last week, was when we have out of state closings. Every title company has a different way they want to handle with witnesses.
Mhm.
Now, and this is something I don't know if you spoke with with Carol,
Hmm.
who works at your office, but part of the problem for us is if it's in another state. Now, let me ask you this. Is this a you question or a Carol question? When you have a closing that is has a property in another state,
Hmm.
you go by the laws
Of the state.
of the state where
Hmm.
the people are at,
Hmm.
where the notary is at,
Yes, where you're
not
sitting,
where the
where you're
property is
where you're
at.
acting in.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Which we know this.
Yes.
You and I know this.
Yes.
Everybody in the industry does not know this. Some title companies
Okay.
want to do it. So let's just use an example of Florida. Florida, you have to have witnesses in Florida.
Hmm.
If we have a property here in Michigan and it's a Florida property, a lot of title companies want us to have two witnesses because it's being recorded in Florida. We in Michigan, we don't need
They
it.
don't
And it's
require it. Hmm.
supposed to be,
Hmm.
am I correct?
Yes,
It's
because
supposed to be where we're sitting, where the
yes,
notary is sitting.
yes.
Even online, if I am sitting in Macomb and you're in Oakland,
Hmm.
when I'm notarizing on the remote online notarizations,
Yes,
I'm doing it where I'm sitting, not where the client is at.
correct.
So I would think if we are notarizing, oh,
Yes.
let's eat the mic for a moment. Okay, never mind. If we're notarizing here, we shouldn't have to worry about that. Am I correct in saying that?
Well, because you have to send that mortgage over to Florida
Yes, and they're recording.
and they're recording,
Yes.
it
Is
is,
that the issue?
yes,
Okay.
because Register of Deeds not going to accept that mortgage. So you do have to have those witnesses sign.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
not
Mhm.
because even though the law here says
Yes, because Ron is a new
yes,
venture for us.
yes,
Okay, because it is new to our industry.
yes,
So there's a lot of kinks that they're working out.
yes.
I did receive a lot of information from our underwriters kind of ironing those out.
Right,
Okay,
right.
because
Understood.
it was like, okay, we can do this.
Right.
It's amazing, but what are the rules?
Yes.
Because there has to be.
There
Because
does.
now we're sitting in two different states.
Yes.
Signing.
Yes.
You're signing in Michigan, but you're signing on a Florida property.
Yes.
We do have to abide by those states' rules.
Yes.
So all of those have to take in effect.
Yes.
And even out of the country, because you can sign out of the country.
Right.
But
not everywhere though.
But not everywhere.
Not everyone.
Right?
Not all remote online notarization companies, platforms allows that yet.
Yes.
I'm sure
But
it's all
it's
in the
coming,
works.
and so
yes.
we need the rules that come
Yeah,
along with
that's
that
really
because
good.
those countries, they have to,
Yeah.
they have their own seals and they have their own stamps. So we have to
Yes.
figure that out.
Wow.
So as it comes, as the process rolls out, you're going to see difference. You're going to see some different things going around. It's going to change.
Yeah.
As we have it today, it's going to change tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. You just have to keep reading those bulletins that keep coming out.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because it changes every day.
I want to get back to about the witness. So because because Florida recording,
yes, it's very important.
They're not going to say, "Oh, these people are in Michigan. They don't need a notary,
No,
a witness.
They will.
I mean,
they
not
will
a notary.
take it
They
back.
don't need a witness.
Mhm.
So it's okay." Which
No,
they won't
do that.
And do you think it's because they don't know the laws in every state?
No.
So they can only say, "This is our law,
Yeah.
so we have to abide by this, or we're going to get crazy."
Well, I almost feel like they're the last to know.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But the cities and the counties.
You mean the recorded?
Yeah, registered deeds, the counties. I feel
Okay,
like they're the last
to know what needs to be
what's
done.
happening in our industry. Yeah, I feel like they're always
get them on here
board.
too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're important. They have an important role.
I gotta make a note of that.
Yes.
Yeah, let's invite someone from the record of deeds here to get their world, because
I would love that.
We don't know their world really, do we?
No.
We only know what we think we know. Yeah, that would be great. We should get that. Would be a new
person that can give us some insight or some light on how did they get their information and how and when things change.
And I would like you to be a part of that.
Okay.
so that,
Thank
because
you.
you know the
Yeah.
questions to ask. I wouldn't know because
Yes.
I don't, all I know is,
I have a long list.
you do. You would have a
I
long
do.
list.
Yeah, I learn every day because counties change all the time.
Yeah.
And this e-recording that we can do, which is very convenient and fast, but a lot of them, have different
Yeah.
rules and
Yeah.
the way that they handle it. So yeah,
Yeah.
every day we're learning something new.
It's always,
Yeah.
we were talking earlier this week, several times actually,
Mhm.
to get ready for
Yes.
today, right?
Yeah.
But we were discussing just the different challenges as a whole in
Mhm.
the real estate world. Um, and one of the challenges that we always talk about is communication.
Yes.
From
It's so important.
from
Mhm.
title to realtor
Mhm.
to loan officer to the other title company. So
Mhm.
let's just talk right now about other title companies. We have what you call true splits, which
Yes.
is a buyer has their own title company, a
Mhm.
seller has their own title company,
Yes.
and a true split is they're in different locations.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then we have what? A split closing.
Yes.
They're in the same building closing place, but there's two different representatives. The buyer has their
Yeah.
own, the seller.
Mhm.
Okay. Here's the challenges, right? Is the two title companies.
I uh, I believe
I loved what you said. So tell me what you said on the phone if you can remember.
um
It was awesome. Awesome.
I believe that there's a lot of business to go around.
Yes, me
Okay?
too.
That we
Me
all can
too.
be
Yeah.
in sync when it comes to us closing at the table. Okay?
Yes.
So communication between the two title companies is very crucial.
Yes.
And if we don't have that communication, the closing is not as smoothly as we want it to
And
be, right? We always
right.
say that. And you as a closer, you see it all,
Yeah.
right? So
I have a story, but we'll
yes.
go on.
So my opinion, I always say it's my opinion. I say bring it on because I think split closings are great. I
Yeah.
would do I think both representations, they need it.
Yes.
We're there for the buyer or the seller, and they're there for the buyer or the seller, whoever they're representing. So
Yeah.
they're there to protect them
Yes.
every which way. So when we're conversing and we're, sharing the information that we have, then we're there to protect the person that we're representing, the client that we're representing. So I
You
say
like it.
I
You
like
love
it.
it. You
I
think
like
it's
it. I know it. I
wonderful.
know that it gets, we have to share the documents, we have to scan and do all that. And it's a little bit more work, but in the
Yes.
end, each person gets the same additive protection or attention than
Yes.
that they deserve
Then you
because they're
have
making a huge purchase. They're not
right.
going to Target to buy a shirt, off
Yeah.
rack. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're
On
making a huge,
sale.
yeah, they're making a
The
huge
blue light
purchase. So
special
to
this
me,
week.
I feel that they split closings
It's
should
awesome.
happen. In those states that don't have it, I feel
You should.
like they should.
Yeah, get on
Hmm.
board.
Yes.
It's a, I
Yes.
talked about this last week. I honor real estate. I
Mhm.
love real estate. Real estate's been wonderful to
Yeah, I
me.
do. I
You
love it.
too,
I
right?
mean, we've
Has
been through the ups and downs.
we
We've been
have
through
feast famine.
all of it, right? And
Hmm.
it's a yo-yo every year.
It
Okay.
is.
But I wouldn't change it
No.
for anything.
Yeah. Doesn't it get in your blood and
Yeah. Hmm.
you just
Yeah.
love it and
Yeah. I mean, you're learning.
it's who we are,
Hmm.
right? It just
Yes.
becomes and you never stop learning. If you don't if you're if you're this is me, I get bored very quickly. I'm done with
Well,
whatever.
you don't get bored with real estate though.
No, that's what
You
I'm
can't. There's
saying.
no chance. There's no
That
chance.
was my point.
Yeah.
My point is this is the
Yes.
industry that
Hmm.
keeps me going.
Yes.
It keeps me going because I can't get bored
Yes.
and I'm learning stuff new all the time.
Yes.
Or maybe remembering because I forgot. Oh yeah,
We gotta do
that's
that.
true, right? Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But this week I had a situation with two title companies that, and it like the blame thing, it's this it's the lender, it's the realtor, it's not even important. Let's just make it happen and make it good. I mean, I know uh there is it can be stressful. The
Mhm.
industry can be stressful. Let's face it, it's not all tiptoeing through the tulips, even though it can
Well,
be.
that's why it's important to work together
Yes.
because we're all for the end result. The end result is to get the file closed, the clients are happy,
Yes.
they go home and they have their keys. And that is the
Yes.
ultimate goal.
Yes.
So we're all there to do that
Yes.
together. And so when I say communication,
Yes.
that is what we need, because we
Yes.
don't get to that end
Yeah.
result until we do communicate prior
Yes.
to. So go ahead with your story.
Yeah.
Because
No, no, that's
I'm
okay.
I'm
It's
curious to see
okay.
how it ended.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
So at the closing split, this is my personal
Mhm.
opinion. I like to be in separate rooms if we
Mhm.
can, if it's
The
possible,
distractions.
because of
Yeah.
distractions, people
Yes.
are talking,
Yeah.
things. So I don't think people, and I'm kind of taking a little bunny trail here, but for a mobile closer, we're on sometimes a tight schedule. We
Yes.
give everything. Like I space it out. I don't
Mm.
rush any of my
Mhm.
closings. I'm not saying that. And I give everybody what they need and deserve, but I can't be there for 4 hours
No.
because I
Never.
have other closings. Anyway, I got
It shouldn't be more than an hour.
an
If you're
hour,
purchasing a home, you should not be there more than an hour.
hour.
That's my goal. Like,
Yeah,
it's like, if we're there an hour, we did it great. We did
I
great.
I I I usually set aside at least an hour and a half, sometimes
Yeah.
two,
Yes, you
just
do.
because excuse me, we need a mic click for when you cough. There might be one on here. Anyway,
Because you
uh
never know. You're
you
right. You
don't
do need
know,
some
things
leeway. And I do give
happen.
our closers that little
Yes.
bit of time in
Yes.
between.
But
Grace,
no,
the
but
grace.
no, I understand an
Hmm.
hour. If everything is in a perfect world, an hour
Yes.
should be plenty of time.
Yes.
It is in
Hmm.
a perfect world. But so anyway, the closing I had, there was a trust involved. Apparently, the docs got sent late to the other title company.
Okay.
We don't know why. It doesn't matter why. It just happened. And so this particular title company has the way they do things a certain way.
Hmm.
This other title company does things their certain way. They didn't really communicate, or maybe they did and they didn't see it. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The bottom line was when we got there, the seller thought they were getting a check. The title company is going to wire the funds because it was last minute. We can't
Yeah.
give you a check. It's
Yeah.
last minute. Not
Yeah.
everybody understands what title goes through.
Yeah.
If you don't have funds, if you get a late package, you sent your closer out, nobody gets checks. It's just the way it is,
Yeah. Yeah.
And as a realtor or as a realtor at a closing, I probably never knew that. And you get upset because you think it has to be A, B, C, D, but you don't know all the dynamics to get to
No.
where you're
No.
at. And
Yeah.
that's part of the issue. So anyway, obviously we figured it all out and everything was great, but when you have a trust,
Mm.
can you wire funds to a trust?
You have to.
But when you wire,
That's all
it
you can
has to
do.
be in a trust.
Yes.
I guess what happened was the seller wasn't sure if it was okay, but you have to have a trust account.
You do.
And
Hmm.
but she was going to get a
That's the
check in a trust.
Yes.
So would there be any difference?
Yes, they would have, because the bank won't cash that check unless it's going into a trust account.
Okay.
So that's probably what happened at the time, because they didn't know the trust was involved.
Well, there was no check, there wasn't anything. So my question is there a difference if you know it's a trust and
Mhm.
it's going into a trust account?
Yes.
Is there a difference between a wire in a trust account
No.
or a check in a
No.
trust account?
No.
Okay, no. Okay.
No.
I didn't think so, but
Yeah.
there was a little confusion there. I
No.
don't know. I
No.
just wanted to
I mean, a
ask you.
wire is quick.
A wire is quick.
Yeah. I
I
mean, it
feel
can.
like maybe the seller wasn't sure. She
Mhm.
had a financial advisor, did not want to do anything without the financial
Okay.
advisor,
Okay.
which I understand and
Yeah.
I
She
get.
wanted direction.
She wanted
Mhm.
direction.
Yeah.
So that was probably the main thing.
Okay.
But that could have been handled
Prior.
prior.
Yes.
And this is what I feel like. I feel like there's so many things that happen at the table like that shouldn't because
So
like
this year, when I started this year, 2024, I decided that I was going to educate our agents,
okay, beautiful.
because educating the person that they start with, because
Yes.
we're the last.
Yes.
Okay, they don't even know who we are.
Yes.
They don't know us until we get to the table.
Correct.
So educating those real estate agents that meet and greet them and work with them the whole process is I think very important.
Yeah.
I think it's where it just, I say knowledge is power all the time.
Right.
So the more knowledge that real estate agent has, the more they feel good about they feel good about talking to their clients, and they're just, I mean, they look good.
Yeah.
They look stellar. They look like,
Confident.
yeah, I know real estate, and I also know how I can help you with a power of attorney
Yeah.
or a trust or any of the deeds that are out there. Okay.
Right.
So I'm gonna start, like start promoting that every
Good.
day. Like, hey, if you want more education on title,
Yes.
they say Title 101, whatever
Yeah.
they call it.
Yeah.
Then yeah, call me. I have it. We have it at first priority. You guys could learn anything you want to learn about title, so that you can be more beneficial to your
Yes.
client when you're talking to them, when you're
Yeah.
helping them, because they could have known, they could have just, resolved all of that prior to closing. The trust, if the trust was in play from the beginning,
Right.
right?
Which the
They,
purchase agreement, right?
yeah,
Shouldn't the purchase
yes,
agreement, so
they should sign in the
they
trust,
should
the
assign the
trustee, yes.
purchase agreement as a trustee.
Yes, and
That's
that would have
where
started the conversation right
that's
away, and
where
they
the
would have,
issue
yeah,
comes, right?
yeah,
With the because
yeah,
you
yeah.
take everything from the purchase agreement, right?
Yes, that's how we
And
start
any
our
addendums,
process.
anything
Yes,
that's added
yes,
onto after
yes,
the purchase
yes.
agreement. But that's your holy grail,
Is
right?
that purchase
Is the
agreement?
purchase agreement.
Yeah.
So if the names are
Mhm.
spelt incorrectly on the purchase agreement,
It
if
go, it
they,
will, if it's spelled incorrectly on the purchase agreement, it will go on
yes,
for the whole process until
yes,
someone tells us otherwise.
yes,
Because that's a,
yes,
abiding contract, that, and
yes,
they're signing that contract saying this is me
yes,
and this is how it is. Now that's where the driver's license
yes,
conversation that we have all the time
we
is,
do.
should we get those driver's
Yes,
license prior to closing? I know you agree with that.
I do. Oh,
I
yes.
know you do.
Oh, yes.
And that is something I talk about all the time, and I will address that, because it
Yes.
is true. We cannot, a warranty deed's being drafted.
Yes.
That's what's going to the register of deeds. If it's
Yes.
spelled incorrectly, it goes on for the longevity of the life
Yes.
of your
If no
ownership of
if no
that
one
property.
catches it.
And
Yeah.
it's wrong,
Yeah.
so we don't want those errors.
Yeah.
We do not want those errors
Well, as you know, I
going
vote
forward.
100 times yes on those. And it
Hmm.
really, I
Hmm.
mean, I don't know, how burdensome that would be to you to just ask for
No,
or even the
no,
real estate. Why wouldn't the realtor maybe ask?
ask.
Because loan officers have to, and that part
I
is
have to ask those. I have to ask those questions
yeah,
to the agents and
yeah.
say,
Why
can
don't
we get this,
yeah.
prior to
Can
closing, a
yeah.
copy of it?
Yeah,
That's all
because it
we
would be
need.
easy for them when
Hmm.
they're doing the purchase agreement
Yeah.
to get a copy of the driver's license as part
Yeah,
of
because it
it.
would be prior to closing, because when we're at closing and we
Yes,
get their driver, I'm matching those driver's
right.
license to the spelling,
Yes,
their face, their signatures,
yes,
everything as a closer. So
yes,
if it's incorrect there, I'm calling the office and having it
yes,
fixed, because it can't go into process
right.
incorrect.
Eh,
So so now we're at the closing table fixing it, and if we can get it done prior to that, would be awesome. Would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I don't know the privacy act like
Mhm.
sharing, but I know that there would be and is a form somewhere, and maybe they're already having them sign it that they can share with, their
I'll
personal.
have to ask that,
Yeah, that would be because there's that.
because if you're a buyer,
If you're a buyer, you're giving it to the
lender,
lender.
mm-hmm,
And the lender, I
yeah,
know,
loan
has you
officer, mm-hmm,
sign a statement saying that you'll allow us to
yes,
use this information
yeah,
to process, I'm using my words, but
yeah,
to process, the real estate transaction.
yes.
But for a realtor to ask for that, they may need something like that. This is just a
And
thought.
but that
And they
might
may
be
already
that
have
may
it.
be why they don't,
Yes.
because it just,
Yes, because
yeah,
it's the privacy
yeah,
policy. But if they can't take a picture, which maybe they could if they just had them sign a form that you could probably give them. You
yeah,
could, I mean,
yeah.
you can't be
As
an attorney, but
no,
you
but
know,
as a title company, I'll have to look into that.
yeah, why don't you
What is
look
that?
into it?
Yeah.
Because
Mm.
it would save, you know, to me, I always say we live in the 21st century. We're brilliant people.
Yeah.
We cannot be making the same mistakes still.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
these are
It's true.
spelling.
You're right.
We're talking
Yes.
spelling of
Yeah.
someone's name.
Yes. Yeah.
Like we're not cavemen,
I know. Yeah. Yes.
What is this letter? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yes. Yeah,
come
because
on.
when you are writing and or your signatures, I mean, you're
Yeah.
going off of that signature, and
Yes.
if it's typed wrong or because
Yes.
they're putting their name on the bottom,
Yeah.
but can you
Yeah.
read that signature? Are you so yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is something to look into.
I think
Yeah.
so. I think it's meritorious. There's a
Yes,
word for you.
I know that was a big one.
I know.
That's a big word.
It is a big word. I do. I think it would be great for all.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else we got? We got something else we can go down any lane that you want to go
Well,
or
if we go back to the split closings and the communication you have between the two
yeah,
title companies, I just say
let's do it.
let's play together. That's what
Yeah,
I
let's
keep
play
saying.
nice. Let's
Let's
play
play
nice
nice
in
in
the
the sandbox. That's
sandbox.
the terminology
Yeah,
that they use.
that's what yeah.
And if we support each other, because title
Yeah.
companies should be supporting each other
Yeah.
because we're all in the same boat, right? We're all in the same sandbox. Is
Do
that
you
what you're saying?
do you
So,
think there's fear of losing a client or
oh, 100%.
it's like a
They, yeah,
fear-based, right?
yeah,
I can't
yes.
because of, but if you're giving great
But
service,
both sides. I mean,
yes.
I think that when we and I want to know who owns the title company, who's the manager. I want to know them. I want to
Yeah.
get to because I'm here to support you as
Yes.
a title company.
I love
I don't want you.
that.
I'm not going to take your business, and I sure hope that you don't take mine.
Yeah.
But we can still help each
Yes.
other when we have to
Yes.
because we need to lean on each other
We
in this
really
industry,
do.
especially the way the industry is right now.
Yeah.
We need to lean on each other
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that everyone feels the same way.
Yeah.
But we'll, that's how I do my business. That's how I work. That's just
Yeah.
always been me. So
I love that. You're
mhm,
confident in who you are. And this is how I feel. If clients don't want to use our services, then it's okay.
it
Someone
is
else
okay.
will want to
Yeah.
because we want to do business with people that are like-minded, that think like us,
Hmm.
that want to do what is right and just. And my new saying is for the greater good.
Yeah. I
This
love
is
that.
it's for the
Yeah.
greater good. We
Cause,
want to all be in
cause
this for the greater
it
good.
is. And there is some business I can't write. I
Yes.
cannot write. So I need a title company to lean on so that I can
Yes.
say, hey, can you take this and
Yes.
do this because I can't write that.
That's great.
I can't write this on any of my
Yeah.
paper. So I need you to take it for me.
Yeah.
And if I don't have that relationship with other title companies, how are we going to do that? How are we going
Yeah.
to lean on each other to
Yeah.
help each other and take the client that they can, you know what I mean? Or a commercial deal that I can't may not be able to, complete.
Right.
So that's why I say, oh,
Yes.
we should all be in each other's corner
Yes.
and be able to lean on each other in our
Yeah.
industry. So
It's teamwork.
yeah.
Even,
Yeah.
it's teamwork.
A lot
Even
of
if
a
you're,
lot of real estate agents, then they see title companies, they're like, oh, no, no, because
yeah.
we kind of bombard them to
Yes.
say pick me
Yes.
because
Yes.
we're but I feel that any title company has great customer service,
Yes.
because we
Yeah.
know what we're doing, we've been
Right.
doing it for very many years, and so you
Yeah.
know anyone that owns a title company has done it for a long time,
Yes.
so they know title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
So
great.
yeah, but that's how
Oh,
first priority rolls. We roll
oh,
that way.
you
I know the
rolling.
girls at the office feel the same way too. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Mhm,
wonderful. Well, I'm so honored to have
mhm.
you today.
Thank you.
And
I'm honored for you to ask me.
oh, and we're going to do this again because
Okay.
we are
I love
honestly,
that.
I would
Hmm.
love
Hmm.
to see if we can get the someone
Someone from the
from
county.
county. That
Yes.
would be
Hmm.
really cool,
Hmm.
wouldn't it? So we could
Yeah.
get it,
See what they
firsthand.
know and
Yeah.
how did they get their information
Yes.
about
And
us,
yes.
about the real
And
estate world.
yeah.
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 Yeah, that's really good.
Hmm.
Anyway, thank you,
Thank you.
my dear friend,
Yes.
Marcella Maltese
Maltese. Yeah.
from First
Prior.
Priority Title.
Yes.
Um, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Anything coming up? We already had the big from, take it away. I guess we had the big, you're coming up with your new. journey
Yes,
of
I
the
say
next thing.
adventure. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll maybe we'll keep bring that up later
Yeah. Okay.
at the next podcast.
Okay. That sounds
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Yes,
Janice T. Marcella Maltese
yes.
signing out.
Thank you.
Take care.